In the world of geopolitics, one topic seems to be left behind: demographics. Demography is destiny, and in this video, we're looking at the birth rate collapse in Europe. Let's get to the numbers. Overall, the numbers are below replacement level fertility. The average number of babies born per woman, 2.1. The entire developed world is below that number, with one exception that we'll get to later. And these charts show the average number of babies born per woman every year. Let's start with Southern Europe. Overall, the drop has been steady in the second half of the 20th century, with a worsening trend after the 1960s. Mass immigration, promoted heavily in recent years by left-leaning governments in the Iberian Peninsula, is not showing particular improvements. Moving on to the North and Western Europe, one would think that the richer countries or with high immigration would present a different scenario. As we can see, the proposed solution of high immigration to combat falling birth rates is not producing desired results, even though France and the UK have been close to the 2.1 mark. First, the European countries that have seen high immigration over decades: France, Germany, UK, Belgium, Netherlands. Germany alone took in 1 million people in 2015 during the refugee crisis. The fertility rate, however, does not show any significant improvement. If you like what you're seeing, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. A few clicks can make all the difference to us and help the channel grow. Thank you. Other countries outside this group don't show any noticeable difference. Central and Eastern Europe and the Baltics don't look any better. Last but not least, Scandinavia. Even with the occasional bright spot, the situation is just as concerning. Mass migration didn't help and has created another problem, as it is impossible to integrate so many people in a short span of time. We've made a deep dive into Europe's crashing birth rates and mass migration nightmare. We cannot recommend it enough if this topic interests you. So, what is the exception? What Western civilization country, urbanized, industrialized with a female population fully emancipated and whose society has access to birth control, has a positive replacement level fertility? Israel. One big reason may be a strong sense amongst the Jewish community that they are a small community worldwide, and after centuries of persecution and the Holocaust, they must strive for the continuation of their group. Culture plays a big part in many aspects. The family is at the absolute center of Israeli life. Getting married and having kids is the highest cultural value. Children are seen as a blessing instead of a burden. Kids are happiness, and having kids is the natural life course. Close families. Israeli families meet their extended family very often. Family dinners, for instance. And people tend to live close to their parents, which usually love to help with the kids. Religion must also be mentioned, as Israelis are more religious than the average Westerner. Finally, financial hardships don't seem to curb the intent on starting a family. So, is the Israeli example the way out for the West? Leave us your thoughts. What ideas do you propose to increase the birth rates to at least the 2.1 replacement level fertility? Not only the economy, but the welfare states of Europe depend on an increasing population. Since the opposite is happening, what will be the fate of the European welfare state model? Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.